to our YouTube channel. My name is Yashira Hiraldo, owner and founder of GLAMRUM Chicago. And today we are with the beautiful Caira Button, a Chicago leasing agent, influencer, and YouTuber. We are working on a business series for my beauty entrepreneurs, and today we are talking about what influencers bring to their business. I know working with influencers is super frowned upon on the beauty industry. Every time I go to the beauty forums, I see people getting pissed and talking about how an influencer reach out to them and they want to get some services for advertisement, and they're like, no, what about you pay for my services? And I think that working with influencers could be a great opportunity to expose your business. We've been working together for like, what now? A year?
Over a year. I think it's been like, it'll be 2 years in July actually.
Oh wow, yes, we've been working with 2 years, and I love working with Caira because I see that my business has scaled and has gone to places where I didn't have no presence. For example, YouTube. And I found a lot of clients coming in just because they saw me on Caira's page. Caira, what makes you want to work with certain brands?
Well, I think on the influencer side, it's really important to find brands that you feel really connected to, that are something that you use naturally. I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, and as I was growing, I was like, one day if someone will just do my brows for me for free, like I've made it. Like I remember that was a huge goal for me. And when I found your page and your services, I was like, oh my gosh, this is someone that I would go to authentically. Like this is someone who I would normally pay to go to. Why don't I see if we can do sort of a partnership? Because the last thing you want to do as an influencer is promote a company or a brand that doesn't actually fit or connect with you. So it just felt like a really natural fit.
Also, you can always set a budget. Don't think of like an influencer like somebody that is getting free services from you. If you have a marketing budget of like what, $100? So think of, okay, I'm gonna do $100 worth of services. Or you as an influencer with me, I think at first we had a budget set up on how much like on services we could spend per month. But then I love so much how Caira was like, I have to tell you guys, in 1 week, it was a Wednesday and I already have 5 clients coming in here for the first time. And I always ask my clients, how do you find us? And they were like, I follow this influencer on YouTube. I follow this influencer on Instagram. And I was like, oh, that is great. And they were just coming from you.
Well, you guys should have seen how ugly I was before Yashira fixed my face.
She was.
That's why they all come in. But no, and I think you really hit the head on the nail too about like building more of a long-term relationship. What we see on the influencer side a lot of the times is a company will reach out and they'll be like, hey, yeah, like let's try this out and do something once. But doing something once isn't going to captivate an audience enough. Like it's not going to make them feel like they have that connection with that business and brand as well. And so being able to have a longer term contract and being like, let's try this out for 6 months or something like that to really establish it. Because if you see a brand in one of my videos one time, you'll think of it, but it's not going to stick as well. Whereas seeing it repeatedly, Yashira has now been in my videos for 2 years. People associate her with me, and that I think has made it so that like that trust is really, really built.
And do you have anything, any tips for influencers? Because I see influencers that come to one place and then they go to another, and I think people actually don't trust you influence anymore because it's like you said, like they don't associate you with one place. They just like, okay, she go whatever.
Yeah. You need to, as an influencer, you need to think about what do I want to showcase and what are brands that I want to be with long term. Because it doesn't work well for you to bounce around through 50 million different brands all the time. You have to really like figure out what you want to be associated with. Also, absolutely like have a media kit, know your analytics, know your statistics, know who your audience is, because that is what you need to present to a brand to be able to say, this is why this works so well. I think the thing that we have going for us that works so well for our relationship is a lot of my channel is about moving to Chicago and how to move to Chicago, how to find apartments. All of these people who come to my channel for that are looking for apartments, they don't have a brow girl yet. They don't have someone for their lashes. And so when they see that I'm here every single month, it's like, oh my gosh, that's where she goes. I'm starting from scratch in the city. I'll go to Yashira too.
And I have to say, I have one of the clients that she gets facials with me. I think I told you about her. And she told me, whatever she recommends I go because everything works. And I just moved to Chicago and she comes to see me and she was telling me she goes to the dentist that you go to. And she's like, because everything that she recommends, She is great.
Well, I'm not gonna steer people wrong.
Yeah, and
Picky.
most of the clients that I have, like Caira said, because her blog is mostly about things of Chicago, people moving, and also she's a listing agent, by the way, the best in the game. So to her, I see a lot of beauty entrepreneurs paying for boosting posts on Instagram. And I have to say, I'm one of those that just scroll by. Like, sometimes I'm like, I don't really care. If I'm on my personal Instagram, if I'm on my business Instagram, I'm like, might check it out. On my personal Instagram, that's none of the things that I care about. And just spending money on that, and you really not seeing maybe return. So why not set a budget of like, okay, I'm working with this influencer, my budget is $300 a month. Or my budget is just $100 a month. So that's what it's worth of services that she can get with me. Also, always measure how many people come. We have another thing that we have the discount code Caira. So whoever see me on her page, come here and say that and have X amount of money off of their services. That's a great way. I always make sure that it's a good deal for you, that you're not losing money on it. But it's a good way for me to measure how many people I see from her.
Yeah, I think it's been a huge dynamic shift in the last 5 years of a lot of companies are taking what was their traditional marketing budget and what they would normally put into like print ads or TV ads, your more standard types of advertisements, boosting Facebook posts, Instagram posts, and you're seeing that go a lot more towards influencer accounts at this point, because you know that is going to reach an audience that is so directed. It is going to someone who is looking for that type of content and is looking for your services.
And you have something to say for people that looks for the big influencers, because I know what is called a micro influencer, a macro influencers, and sometimes people get lost in like, okay, I want to go with this person or work with this person that have 100,000 followers, but maybe you don't see no return. And maybe you go with somebody that have 5,000 followers, but this person really reached to people.
Yeah, I mean, when I started working with you, I would consider myself still a micro influencer. I'm at like 24K on YouTube and 10K on Instagram, but when I started working with you, I think I wasn't even at 10K yet. Yeah, I think I was at like 4K on Instagram and like maybe not even 10K yet on YouTube. I don't think so. But what to me is more important than actual followers is engagement rates. So if you're a company, definitely look at the engagement rates, because my growth has never been like a huge boom, but my engagement has always been really, really strong. And so I might not have the most followers, but I have followers that care a lot and engage in my posts a lot, which has been super helpful. And it's shown to be true with other companies that I've worked with besides yours as well. I can blow out of the water someone else's statistics that have a lot more followers than I do, which is really freaking cool. But so looking at engagement and making sure that their audience is who you'd like to attract. So like when I send over my media kit to you, you see that majority of my followers are from Chicago or United States. Most of them are female. Most of them are within the age brackets of who you would typically see at somewhere like this. That is a perfect fit for someone like you. If you have another client that you're looking at and maybe their age demographic sways much younger, where they wouldn't be the ones making decisions on where they go and get their eyebrows done or something, or if they are more of an international audience, those might not translate perfectly if you are a local small business that is looking to reach more of a growth.
Yes, that's one of the things that I wanted to mention too, that when I started with Caira, I was surprised that she sent me the media kit. I never had any, and I had influencers reaching out, and after 2 experiences that I had that weren't good, I was like, okay, I'm tired, I'm gonna work with no influencers because I actually have a good reach, and that also never think that you are ever too good to market your business. Don't ever think that you have such good skill that you don't have to market. It don't matter how many clients you see, you always have to put yourself out. So when Caira reached out and I was like, okay, look at her media kit, like I have never seen that. And she's right, she didn't have a huge following on Instagram. It was more on YouTube, but when I went to her Instagram, because I like to make sure that I'm working with the right people, I saw that her engagement was amazing. I'm like, I see people with 100,000 followers and 3 likes per post. And I'm like, okay, so this doesn't sound about right. And then I went to Caira, like 300 likes, 500 likes. People also, when working with influencers, don't always put the weight on them, like, oh, maybe this influencer is not bringing me business. Be prepared. Sometimes I see people working with influencers, and then when the person that actually follows the influencer and is like, okay, let me check this account, let me check this business. Go to your Instagram, you don't have posts. Your last post was made like a month ago. You don't have a website. You don't have a online booking system. People have to be DMing you to like make everything super easy for the client that you're looking to acquire. Make it dummy proof. People don't want to be like texting you, emailing you, trying to make an appointment, trying to see what times you are available. People love to go there. Okay, it's a booking website. Let me go there. Let me see what times you have available and let me book right away. Let me check her posts. Let me check her services. And sometimes we as beauty entrepreneurs miss out a little bit that we want to be influencers instead of being like the professional behind the craft. Instead of showcasing our craft, we're showcasing our face so much, and that is cool because people also, I think, it sells, your look sells, your style sells, but you want people to see, okay, she does Caira's brows, and let me go to her page. Oh, look at all these brows, look how good they look at the before and after.
So when I was looking for a brow service that I wanted to work with and build a relationship with, that's how I found you, was through your social media, and your Instagram was built out so well and so beautifully. There were so many photos of befores and afters that I was like, okay, this is someone that I feel comfortable like reaching out to and seeing if we can build something. You've watched it happen with me where I've had other brands that I've tried to partner with, and because they have no presence on the internet at all, it is so hard to get someone who follows me to be engaged enough to then reach out to someone who they can't go look at a website or an Instagram or anything. I can only get people to go so far, you know? So it is still super important for the business to have everything set up on their end.
And even pricing, people also love to hide the pricing. People don't, at least that happens to me too. If I'm going to get services and I'm like, I have to go to the extent of all the business to know the price, like I don't want to do it.
There's too many businesses everywhere that if someone's not showing their pricing, immediately I go to the next business and I'm like, well, I don't know what theirs is, but I'm just going to go on Yelp to the next place to be able to do my eyebrows and figure out what their price is there.
That's another thing, to collect reviews all the time, because an influencer can just do so much. I can have Caira talking all day long about me, but people go to my website, people are going to see no reviews, like, I just gonna go there because she says so. Most people are gonna trust her, but people also wanna see what other people saying about her, like what other people are saying, like it is good for real, it is a nice place to go, the person knows what they're doing, how long she's been in business. So always keep your social media and your website and your business platforms on point. Business platform, I mean like gel is for free, that you can have a gel business page, a Google business page that's gonna help you, not just collective review, that's gonna help you with the SEO too. If you upload photos of your work there, and you put descriptions there, when people like, for example, for me, people be looking for brow lamination, and immediately I pop up, and I love it because I be looking at myself, I be like shaking there, right? Okay, let me see what happens if I put brow lamination where I'm at right now. The first person who's popping up is me. I didn't do any SEO because I don't know nothing about it. I just know that I started uploading pictures on my Google business page, and I started putting descriptions, just uploading the picture. And next thing I know, we are the first one going there. The same. Yes, same on the website. Well, I just thank you, Caira, for coming in today and talking to us a little bit and give you something else that you want people to know, not just for the business or the beauty entrepreneurs, but also for the influencers out there trying to work with brands.
On both sides of the coin, for a brand, because what is tough is not every influencer will handle themselves as a business. From day one that I ever started having a YouTube channel, I took this as a job, like a serious business that I wasn't going to mess up on. But it is quite frustrating. There are so many people who try and get to the influencer world. Not all of them are going to do that and be as professional. So don't jump at the first one who reaches out. Vet them out, talk to them, feel like you can build a rapport and make sure that that trust is there, because that's what's most important at the end of the day. That's why we don't have a contract, because the trust is just there. And then for influencers, don't embarrass yourself. Like, take yourself serious. Like, there is no cap on what you can do do as an influencer, and that's why it is the coolest job ever, because you have the ability to grow as much as you want, but you have to take yourself seriously like a business and a brand from day one, and that is how other brands will take you seriously in return and will want to work with you.
Don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment. Let us know what you want to see next. Stay glam.